Of course there is no sound. Never is. Thank you. I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I don't even know where my mic is. So I'm a little thrown off tonight because I was um, awaiting some information that did not come. So forgive me for being a little off. But anyway, y'all know I've been off anyway. So do I have volume now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now that I turn the mic on, and it shows me making sound. Where is my microphone? Where's my mic? Oh, is this it? Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Let me clip that on. All right, now. Sorry. Hey, you've been watching you for a long time. I love your videos and advice. Well, thank you, Carla. I appreciate you taking the time to come in and say hello. Good evening to everyone. Let's see. Loud and clear, sweet. Y'all, I'm still trying to get it together, y'all. Still trying to get it together. So, River City Creative, Miss Phenomenal Creations. Hello, Miss Bickham. Hello. Lovely Nichols. I love your name. Hello. Sheila Cushionberry. Hi, Sheila Cushionberry. And Debbie D. Hello. Jessica Stork. Hello. How are you? Diana Henderson. Charmaine. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Let's see. Dextra Wilson. Hello. River City Creative. I think I said hi already. I'm not sure. Juliana Ramirez. Hello. Diana Henderson. Miss Beckham. Debbie Hutchinson. Belinda Johnson, thank you. I appreciate that. How are you? Nancy Faust from Iowa. Hello. Always a pleasure having you here. Miss Debbie Kidd. Hello. Welcome. Bonnie Edmondson. Please tell me what needle you use to make key fobs on the glitter marine vinyl. Back then, I was using the Universal Embroidery needle 7511 back then. I was using the 7511 needle, but now I suggest to folks to use the Top Stitch 9014 needle. Now, that's what I suggest. But back then it was the Sharp 7511. So there's no real, oh my gosh, you have to use this needle with vinyl. Vinyl, you can be flexible. Glenn, what up, Glenn? Welcome. Salty Gravy. Hi, Salty Gravy. Janine, hello. How are you? Tanyu. Hey, Tanyu. How are you? Welcome. Lisa Thompson. Eartha Lewis. Hello. I was gonna mess with y'all. I'm not lying. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. My intention. Oh, and I think I saw Justin in here too. I think. And if so, hi, Justin. Let me see. Did I see Justin? No? Yes? No? I don't know. Okay. Hey, Stephanie. How are you? Welcome. My initial thought. Hey, Contessa. How are you? Welcome. My initial thought was to show y'all a ultrasound and be like, guess what? We're gonna embroider a diaper bag. Yay, we got good news. That's what I was gonna do. And then just be like, hi, I'm having a new grandbaby, which I am. But you know, kind of like mess with y'all and make you think that it was me. But I changed my mind because this factory is closed and we burnt the barn down about 10 years ago. So I'm not gonna play that kind of prank. And it's all right. We're gonna do a diaper bag. So that's what we are going to do tonight. However, hi Maria, hi Glenda Kelly, how are you? I'm coming on a little bit late because thank you, Karen. Thank you, y'all. Yeah, it's a girl. Super excited. Her name is going to be Leilani, which is totally adorable. If you guys had seen my video on embroidering the teddy bear, the owl. Yeah, the owl, where I took the stuffing out, embroidered the heart and Layla on the owl. That's Layla's going to be a big sister now. So now it's Layla, and then the new baby is Leilani. So we're going to put Leilani on this diaper bag for my new grandbaby. So super excited about that. Thank you. I appreciate that, y'all. But Maria, yeah, I had thought about not coming on, but I changed my mind because I actually was not feeling well last night, nor a little bit earlier this morning, but I'm better now. I'm okay. Debbie says, you have helped me, teaching me how to back up the needle to keep from ruining the product. Thank you. I would like to know what needle goes with the metallic threads and stabilizer. Metallic threads, usually you can use any. See, your stabilizer isn't based on the thread that you're using. Your stabilizer is based on the project that you're doing. So if you're doing vinyl, like making key fobs, vinyl or leather, something like that, then your stabilizer will be tearaway because you're just using it with a product that's already kind of stable. So vinyl, you don't have to worry about it stretching. Leather, you don't really have to worry about stretch too much with leather either. So that's how you determine your stabilizer. Anything that that will stretch, or clothing type stuff, you want to use cutaway stabilizer. So that's pretty much how you determine the stabilizer that you're going to use. But with metallic thread, I would suggest the top stitch 9014 needle. All right, and you want to be sure to use a what am I trying to say? Use a thread that's a metallic thread that's friendly in how it comes off of the embroidery machine, and threads. And I have a video on metallic threads as well, so check that out and it'll explain it a lot better. So let's see. Hi Blanca, welcome. Thank you, I appreciate it. Karen Myers, it's your first live. Welcome, thank you for joining us this evening. Layla Nelson, hello. I didn't know YouTube had live until now. Yes, it does. YouTube has been live. Actually, YouTube was live before Facebook was. But I don't really do Facebook much. So I pretty much just go live on YouTube. Hello, Miss Ethel Smith. How are you? Thank you, Maria. Lisa Thompson, you posted on the hoop group this morning. Can y'all recommend a type of ribbon to use for a bow on the back of a pair of UGG inspired boots? I'm concerned with wear and tear. Ooh, usually the ribbon that goes on the back of those boots usually are a satin type, if my memory serves correctly. And you definitely want to try and find a nice sturdy quality satin ribbon. I would not venture to say that Walmart has a sturdy enough or rugged enough satin ribbon that would work well with that project. What you can do is check out something like Joann's Fabrics and Crafts, or you can go online and Google ribbon for sale or something like that. And a lot of times they'll tell you the weight of the actual ribbon itself, and that will be helpful because you don't want a lightweight ribbon. You want a nice sturdy heavy ribbon. And then too, once you do get the ribbon there, the ribbon is satin, so it's going to fray anyway. No matter what weight ribbon, satin ribbon you get, it's going to fray. So get some fray check and put that on the ends of the ribbon, and you shouldn't have to worry about it fraying after that. Or use a lighter and burn the ends. Sometimes the lighter works really well with sealing the ends of a ribbon to keep them from fraying. So that's something you can use on your boots. But look at the weight of the ribbon wherever it is that you purchase it from. Hello, Marge Campbell. How are you? Gail McNair from Tucson, Arizona. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I don't remember seeing your name here. Blanca Ramirez says hello from Southern California. Welcome. Thank you very much. Miss Phenomenal Creation says, Miss Eve, I just got a new baby. I'm not on your level yet, but I got the brother Stellaire EX1 and her name is Grace. So that means we're going to ring the bell for your baby. And I do know of another really big baby that you can expect to ring the bell for this evening too. But for right now, congratulations, Miss Phenomenal Creations, on your new brother Stellaire. I'm sorry, I'm somebody extraordinaire. Woo! Congratulations on your baby. Congratulations, ma'am. Miss Grace, welcome to the family. Work really hard and make us lots of money, ma'am. Congratulations. Maria says Eve's video on how to use metallic thread is the best. After following her instructions, I've never again had any problem sewing with metallic threads. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you pointing that out. And Marge Campbell says to use a double face satin ribbon. So that is awesome suggestion. I am not super familiar with ribbon because I don't sew or use a lot of ribbon. So thank you for your suggestion, Ms. Marge Campbell, because I would not have known that, and in order to suggest the right thing. Blanca says, what is your absolute favorite thread and needles to use when embroidering on onesies? Number one, when embroidering on onesies, because this is stretch jersey material, okay, you want to use a stretch needle. So there are needles out there that are made specifically for that type of fabric. So t-shirts, sweatshirts, onesies, any fabric that stretches, you want to use a stretch ballpoint needle. The reason being is because the sharp needles, when they go and puncture the fabric, it kind of tears and rips and cuts the threads that are in that shirt. The shirt is so delicate, right? But when you use a ballpoint needle, when it goes down into the shirt, it kind of just moves the fibers out of the way, you know, instead of actually coming down and puncturing and possibly tearing some thread. Now you can use a regular needle with jersey knit, because I've done that on accident. And after the order was done, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to change the needle, you know. So it is possible to do the job and it looks great, but you run the risk over time that after repeated washings and stuff, it can the embroidery can pull away from the other threads. You'll start to see the holes and stuff where the threads were actually cut at some point in time. So you kind of want to be cautious about that. So when it comes to onesies, stretch needle in the discussion, the size of the needle in a way doesn't really matter, but you could go to 7511 in a stretch or ballpoint needle. Either way, it's going to say ballpoint, it's going to say stretch. It might even say jersey needle, but for the most part, look for stretch or ballpoint needles. The thread, I love the Metro EMB thread that I have been using, Metro EMB. I'm going to put a link in the description or right here in the chat here in a moment. Their thread is gorgeous. Okay, it's 100% polyester. The sheen is absolutely stunning. The colors are amazing. I haven't had any issues out of their thread so far, and I've been using their thread like heavily. So I love their thread. So I would definitely suggest that you utilize Metro EMB thread, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the comments so that you can get the website and be able to purchase their stuff. So let's see. Let me pull up the chat box and drop it in here right now. There you go. So there's the link, and I'll also eventually put it in. Matter of fact, let's do that now if I can. No, I can't do it right now. So what we'll do is add that to the description after the live, because I don't want to mess up and delete the live again like I did last week. That was tragic. Oh, and I want to show you guys that as well. What we did last week for those who didn't get to see it, because it was totally awesome. Oh my gosh, Kimberly Armstrong, that is totally adorable. Kimberly Armstrong, welcome from Montana. Thank you for joining us. Leanne Summers, thank you for joining us. How are you? Welcome. Now Miss Kimberly Armstrong says she got her new baby too. She got a Ricoma 10 needle and she named her Hope. You have a big baby, my dear, so congratulations on your big baby. Woo! Congratulations. Totally awesome. Miss Hope, welcome to the family. We appreciate it, ma'am. You're going to work really hard. I'm excited to see the projects that you turn out. So please be sure to join the Hoop group and post pictures of your babies now. We want to see the babies. Post pictures of your babies and let us see the awesome projects that you guys are working on to keep the rest of us motivated. That's what we have the Hoop group for. It's for everyone to get motivated and to get out there and make that money if you want to, or churn out those totally gorgeous projects that somebody may say, oh cool, where did you get that embroidery design, or how did you make that? And then encourage each other to get some things going on our machines. Lisa Thompson says, thank you for your reply, Miss Even. Miss Marge Campbell, I'll let you know how it turns out. Awesome. I'll look forward to hearing how it turns out. Carla Woody, I have 3 embroidery machines, 2 brothers and a singer. Love, love, love embroidery. Hi from Lenore, North Carolina. Everyone, welcome. 3 machines is a lot of babies in the house, but I bet you have all them babies humming at one time, don't you? That's what I love to do, to have all the machines going at one time and just sit and listen to them run. It's a lot of fun. I love embroidery. Maria says, what type of stabilizer do you like to use for your onesies? Me personally, one of the things that I tend to make it a point of is when I do t-shirts or onesies, which is a thinner jersey knit material, or like a shirt like this. This is a type of jersey knit, not quite as stretchy as a t-shirt or some of those super soft t-shirts, but it's still t-shirt material nonetheless. With this type of material, it's so thin. You know, if you really stop and think about it, unless you get a heavy t-shirt, your basic t-shirts are pretty thin. So you don't want to weigh down your fabric with heavy embroidery. You know what I'm saying? So what you should opt for is a lighter embroidery design pattern. So as long as you have a light embroidery design pattern on like a onesie, you can use it's called poly mesh, I think. It's a mesh embroidery stabilizer cutaway, and the mesh stabilizer is a great solid non-stretch stabilizer that fits really well on the back of t-shirts and holds really light designs. Now if the design is a little more heavy, I've heard people use 2 pieces of that stabilizer or even 3, and what they'll do is use when they take the one piece of stabilizer off and put it, they'll lay the one this way and lay the second one this way, like crisscross it. I personally haven't really noticed a difference in whether the crisscross helps or not. For the most part, it's the same. It turns out the same either way. So as far as crisscrossing, I'm not going to suggest that, so to speak, but that's that mesh embroidery thread embroidery stabilizer, which I used to have it right here, but since I moved my shop around, I don't have any right here on or under my desk to pull out and show you. I'm pretty sure it's behind me across the room, but it's lighter weight. It's a lighter weight stabilizer, and it works, like I said, it works really well with t-shirts. So give that a try. The other type is also the same, is just a lightweight mesh stabilizer, and what you can do is fusible. It's fusible, and you can iron it to the back of where the embroidery design is going to go. And what that does is it really stabilizes the fabric, make sure that that fabric does not move, because now it's ironed and technically like glued and adhered in place, and then you embroider on it, and that also helps eliminate puckers and stuff like that. And then you can kind of like pull it away somewhat up to around the embroidery and cut it out, or you can just leave it whole there but you can kind of tell on the back that there's something there that's making the front of the fabric stiff, you know. So that's another option of what you can do with a onesie. But me personally, I don't necessarily use the fusible, like I mentioned, unless it's a little bit heavier of an embroidery design, then I'll use that. But if it's a lightweight design, just a simple mesh stabilizer should work. Cutaway should work very well. Delania says, greetings from Albany, Georgia. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let us see. I have to agree with Metro Thread and also Thread Art. Marge Campbell says, thank you. I appreciate you giving a second to that motion. Let us see. Now, American Eagle, I'm gonna need you to speak up because I'm super excited about that text message I got earlier. Kathleen Dowling says, hi y'all from South Florida. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Eddie Jr., what's up? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Ebony says you're awake for the live this week. I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you very much for taking the time to be here. Let's see. I'm a little tardy to the party, but I made it. Arkansas is in the house. Shonda Coleman. That's what's up, girl. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us this week. I appreciate it. Blanca Ramirez, is it the Metro Pro thread that you are referring to? No, I have a Happy Voyager 12 needle barely used. Oh no, and now I need to put it to good use. Yes ma'am, you do. No, it's not the Pro thread that I'm referring to. Now the Pro thread is called Glide, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let me look at it again. Actually, I don't think they call it Pro thread. I'm just talking about the regular embroidery thread. Oh well then, yeah, Metro Pro, that is correct. I didn't know they had Pro on the end of it, and it goes to show how much I pay attention. Yes, it's the Metro Pro. If you want to go super slick, super shiny, super nice, you can opt for the Glide thread. The Glide thread is really nice, and the metallics are nice. If enough of you guys want to see the Glide thread and see the metallic thread, I can show it to you because I do have samples that I can show you now on those two types of threads. I'll have to go out in the warehouse part to grab it real quick right there. If I can remember where I put. Oh, did I bring it in? I might have brought it in, y'all. I brought it in. Y'all, I tell you what, it don't pay to get old and be stressed out. I swear it don't. So I'll show you that thread. Marge Campbell, no show mesh. Thank you. I use the fusible, but if I use the light, I spray with a very light coat of adhesive spray. And I don't like to use adhesive spray very much with my embroidery because from what I've had issues where it gums up the needle. Might be using too much or might be using the wrong kind. So when you use spray adhesive, you want to make sure that it says it is sewing needle friendly. Definitely want to do that because if you don't, it will cause a problem. So yes, I did bring it in here. So I'm going to show you guys their Glide thread and I'll show you the metallic thread. Which one is this one? Woo, these are metallics. Oh my gosh, I forgot to show y'all this. And when I tell you this metallic thread looks like candy, all right, this thread is gorgeous. So here is blue, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and make this work as I pull them out. I'm gonna set them, there's the metallic blue. I'm gonna try and set them right here so that you can kind of see them as I pull them out. Here is like a baby pink, rose pink. I don't know how well you can see that. Ooh, there you go. Pretty. Oh my gosh. All right, there's their like rose, and then here's fuchsia. And I know the colors aren't gonna be done justice on camera, and I hate that because these colors are everything and then some. Here's gold. Right, there's one shade of gold. They've got three. I'm gonna have to set this down because it's cutting my finger. Oh, you can still kind of see it. There's another shade of gold, more like a golden gold, whereas this one is more like yellow gold. And this one is more like orange gold, or possibly, well, that first one is more like brass. But here's another gold here. And then there's copper, really pretty. And then here's red, which would be awesome to use this time of year for holiday designs. Can you see? Yep. Okay. And then here's 2 shades of green. Look like candy, y'all. Here's some green. You have those and been running into all kinds of problems with them frame. Now, I have not used them yet, so I cannot vouch one way or another for that if I've had issues. But one of the things I've learned, what needle are you using with your metallic threads? Because the needle does make a huge difference. If you're using a regular embroidery needle, you will have problems. You will want to use a top stitch needle. So make sure that you're using a top stitch needle with glitter, with metallic, thread. Top stitch needle. The oh, yours are from Thread Nanny. These are not from Thread Nanny. These are from Metro EMB. So they should stitch better. But even still, even from Thread Nanny, use metallic thread, a top stitch needle, because you have to understand that these metallic threads have a coating, or not a coating, but they're wrapped in like aluminum foil, so to speak. It's not quite aluminum foil, but close. And it needs to be treated with care, more so than just regular polyester thread. And that being the case, a wider needle eye for it to move around a little more freely in helps keep it from getting kinked up and bound up so much when it's embroidering. So using just a regular embroidery sewing eye, which is usually about this big in theory, and then the top stitch is like that big, it's a huge difference in eye size. And if I can grab one from up off of my shelf, off the drawers, I'll show it to you. But they also have a metallic brown. I don't know how well you can see that. That's absolutely gorgeous. Like a chocolate metallic. Ugh, it ain't focusing. Darn thing. And then they have a variegated metallic, which is super cute, super cool. Come on, focus. 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 Not wanting to focus? Not wanting to focus. But anyways, this is super adorable. I love that. Haven't figured out which project I'm going to use that for yet. Matter of fact, should I use metallic on that diaper bag? Nah, she didn't say metallic, so we're not going to use metallic. All right, and so that was the metallic threads, and I believe these are the glides. Yes, yeah, they are. Okay, so here are the glide threads, and the sheen on the glide threads are, I don't even know how to explain it. These are just like you can tell the quality is just like, it's just better. It's a better quality of embroidery thread, and it's called glide because it is made to stitch without any issues whatsoever. And these are available on Metro EMB as well. Here's some red. Their colors are still beautiful colors. What is this one? This is called Blossom. It's like a fuchsia type pink. It's called Blossom. So I have a box of glide that we really need to do a project on. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh, purple rain. If I can get it out. Purple rain. Prints. There's some Prints purple. So yeah, they have glide as well. Glide is an excellent thread to use. So a box full of glide that we really need to do a project on. You know what? I may do glide thread. What color is that? I think it's pink. I may do this color to match the bag. I don't know. We'll look at it. cool to use some glide and then see how that works. I don't want to do white on that diaper bag because then it's a diaper bag and it'll get messy. But at any rate, so yes, those are okay. That's the message I was waiting on. But those are the glide threads and the metallic threads from Metro EMB. So you guys, American Eagle Embroidery and Graphics today got a brand new 2-head 15 needles, so that's 30 needles total, 15 needle SWF embroidery machine, and she got it on a special deal where she was able to get the Hottronics swing away heat press 16 by 20. So not just one baby, a 2-headed baby and a heat press baby. So congratulations, Miss Debbie Kidd. If I could do the 2-finger whistle thing, I would. Yes, holla! Big baby, big baby, big baby. Congratulations, Miss Debbie Kidd. That is an awesome gift to yourself. I'm excited for you. Can't wait to see projects that come off of it because you do a lot of work and your work is excellent, bar none. So yes, I already saw a preview picture. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the beans on that one, but I'm super excited to see what comes off of that machine. So that's what's up. Alrighty, let's see. Let me go back. Kingsbury Crab says hi to Shonda, my bad. Kindred Jazz Tees. Hi everybody from South Carolina, your neighbor. Welcome. Treasure Designs LLC from Columbus, Georgia in the house. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Marge Campbell says Metro regular poly thread. They also have a pro thread similar to the glide thread. I love them all. I only saw the 3 options, but I'm probably looking in the wrong place. But definitely check them out anyway. All of their threads, the price is insane. The price of their threads is insane how affordable their embroidery threads are, especially for how well they embroider. So definitely check them out. Karen Wheeler says hello everyone, and Willa Allen, hello to you both as well. Suzanne Go Grand Go, is there a problem with using both polyester and rayon in a design? Not that I'm aware of, because in most instances your threads are embroidery threads are made to complement each other. Like for instance, right here on the board, those are matte color embroidery thread, so they don't have a sheen to them at all. So you would think there would be a difference, but it adds a type of texture to your embroidery, like a 3D effect almost. So I could see how rayon would work really well in giving it a different appearance if you use it with the polyester. But have I actually done that myself? No. So from a personal experience, I wouldn't know. However, embroidery threads are made to be used in embroidery. You know, I haven't heard of anyone saying that they can't use all types of embroidery thread in a design. I use glide thread. My MB4 really likes it, Leela says. Awesome. Blanca says, I really like the spray and bond basting adhesive. It does not gum up your needles. Been using it for about a year on my multi-needle without issues. Now, definitely I was having issues on this machine. I have not tried it on the red line yet on Grateful. Carmen Alvarado, no, you did not miss too much. I came on super late, so you're okay. Kendra Jazz T says, oh my goodness, I have those and I've been running into all kinds. Oh, okay, sorry, read that already. My bad. Let's see. What about the metallic needle? Gail McNair. There is, okay, so the metallic needle, I think I have one. I'm glad you brought that up. I think I have one. Hold on. So this is top stitch, and hopefully I can show you the difference with the top stitch versus a regular needle. That's a leather needle from Will. Stretch needle. So that's ballpoint. Do I have a metallic? I don't think I do. Oh no. Embroidery. universal. Okay, I don't have a metallic needle. So I'm going, you know, I don't have a metallic needle. I thought I did. Actually, let me check one other place before I say definite 100% for sure, because there's needles here too. Okay, that's a sharp microtext, jean, stretch, universal. Oh, I do. Holler. Okay. Awesome sauce. All right, so going into needles really quick. To show you the difference with needles, I wish, you know what, I still can. Hold on. Let me see. What did I do with my my other tape? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's have a project. Yay! Matter of fact, let me grab this needle. That way I don't have to pull one of those out. Let's see. Does this look better on white or black? Black. Black it is. So I'm gonna try to get this where it'll show up really well so that y'all can see the difference. Okay. Oh, that works. Awesome. So science class today, class. Let's participate in science. Did everyone do their homework last night and turn in their projects on time? I'm just kidding. Hope nobody had any negative school flashbacks from me saying all of that. For those that hated school, I love school, so. Okay. All right. Whoops. Which one is that one? Top stitch. All right. Oh, that's cool. All right, so let me do this and try and make this work. Okay, so let's slide it over to right there. Hopefully this will work, y'all. My crude science experiment. Not experiment, because I know what we're doing. Okay, so this first needle, I'm gonna slide it over. There we go. And try not to stab myself. Okay, here are three three embroidery needles. All right, so here are three embroidery needles, and I'm gonna get kind of close to where hopefully I can see. Okay, so this first one right here, this is a regular embroidery needle. So this is a top stitch. No, it's not. That is a regular embroidery needle 9014. That's what that needle is. So this first one is just a regular embroidery needle, and look at the size of the hole. Come on, thing, focus. Am I too close? Too close? You still trying to focus on me or what? You know what? Let's do it this way. All right. See it? Whoop, whoop. Nope. Don't want to see that. Okay. There we go. Whoop, whoop. There we go. There we go. Yes. All right. So as you see, this first needle, look at the size of the hole. This needle in the middle is a metallic needle. And this needle on the end is a top stitch needle. Okay. Now, if you look at them pretty close, they look the same, almost the same size hole, right? So the reason why the top stitch needle is such a better needle for embroidery, you get less thread breaks, less issues, less headaches, is because of the size of that hole. So the hole allows the embroidery thread to play around, move around, have freedom of movement, you know, keep from getting bound as easily in the fabric or in the stabilizer, going through all those layers, the vinyl, whatever it is that you're embroidering. This thread, because that hole is much bigger, it allows the thread to play. This metallic needle, that's why this is called a metallic needle, because the hole is the same. Metallic needles really need to be using a top stitch needle for sure, but they're the same. The reason why is because of the size of that hole. That hole makes it easier for the metallic thread to do its job. This needle here, it works for embroidery. There's nothing wrong with using it for embroidery. But if you experience a lot of thread breaks, then you may want to switch to using the top stitch needle, because the top stitch needle is just an all-around better needle hole size for embroidery. I mean, just the thing you want to keep in mind is when you're doing sewing, for instance, because your universal needles, even though it says embroidery needles, but most of those are the small hole size. And when you're sewing, not embroidery, but when you're sewing, you're just usually stitching along in a straight line for the most part. You might do zigzag or something like that, but it's just a basic stitch. Whereas with embroidery is jumping all around, going over here, going over there, going 2 and 3 times, sometimes over the same stitch, going over the same threads, especially if you're doing like a 3D type embroidery. So you have to understand that's a lot of friction, that's a lot of movement, and usually an embroidery machine is running at 900 to 1200 and sometimes more stitches per minute. All right, whereas a sewing machine usually putters along something, you know, maybe if you put your foot all the way down in it, something like 400 or 500 stitches a minute, maybe. So that's a lot of friction, that's a lot of speed, that's a lot of heat that's building up going in and out of those fibers and that stabilizer and or spray adhesive, whatever else you might be using. So the thing is, you really want to give that thread some room to do its job and do its job well. So that's why metallic threads and embroidery in general really should be using a top stitch needle. If you haven't ever looked at Dr. oh gosh, what do they call him? I'll have to find the video, but there's a guy that that's what they do, is embroidery thread, and the way he explained the needle choices, why you want to choose those needles, what needles are better, just made sense. And most of your top industrial embroidery companies, I'm not talking about what we're doing with the one multi-needle head, or you know, as much work as Miss American Eagle Embroidery and Graphics does with her 2-head machine, and her other embroidery machine. And then I know Miss Bickham has a 4-head machine and then another multi-needle machine. Yeah, that's a lot of embroidery. But when the embroidery I'm talking about industrial, you're talking about a dad blame 20-head embroidery machine and 4 or 5 of them, and all of them in a warehouse embroidering mass production, mass quantities of items that are going to be sold, usually, you know, either for a large function or coming from overseas. All of those overseas productions with all of those embroidery machines running, most of them use a top stitch needle, and a lot of them use a titanium top stitch needle. Why would they do that? They're going to go with the needle that lasts the longest and that causes the least amount of problems. And this particular company that has been doing embroidery for years, that's been dealing with thread for years and needles, that is the needle that they have found that the majority of those guys over there are using, and what lasts the longest and what produces the best results. So that is why, in doing my own research, yeah, you can use the regular embroidery needle, but that top stitch needle, I have less thread breaks, less headaches, less problems. just do. And especially if you change out your needle on a regular basis like you're supposed to, it just works better. So definitely the metallic needle, as you see, the main thing is the hole is bigger than a regular embroidery needle. So you can use the top stitch needle just like you do with regular embroidery. You can use that same needle with your metallic thread. Instead of paying extra for metallic thread needle, you can just buy a top stitch needle and it's essentially the same thing. Let us see. Okay, there we go. Marge Campbell says I use Spray Away 89 Fast Tack Temporary Spray Adhesive 13 ounce from All Stitch. Works nice like a post-it note. Make sure to spray lightly about 12 inches away. Thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate that. Olivia says, will you be doing a project with one metallic thread soon on the red line? I do need to set that up. I really do, because I do have all of that gorgeous metallic thread right here and it needs to be done. I'm trying to also alternate the videos. So tonight, if I don't run out of time, we're going to embroider the diaper bag on the Brother embroidery machine with the embroidery grip. That embroidery grip is made for the Brother embroidery machine. So that's the project for tonight. And then I do have another project to do on the 4x4 embroidery machine that I need to get set up, and then we'll do a project on that. So you know what I may do? Okay, so Leilani is getting a new diaper bag, but Layla is gonna get her own little book bag to carry her own now big sister supplies in. So we may do a metallic thread on here. I don't know, we'll have to see. I think that would be super cute to put Layla on here in metallic. So we may do that on the red line, especially since I now have mighty hoops for the red line. Yay! I don't have them in here to show them off, but I do have a small mighty hoop that would fit perfectly on that diaper bag. So yeah, super excited about that. Let us see. Oh my gosh, it just jumped all the way to Kingdom Come. Okay, so make them babies work. I know, right? Salty Gravy said make them babies work. Let me see. Mark Wood. I'm currently waiting, and welcome Mark Wood. Thank you for joining us and for commenting in the chat. I'm currently waiting for my Ricoma MT1501 to get started. I can't wait. Well, please let us know when that baby gets here so we can ring the bell for you. Super excited. And post pictures in the hoop group. That would be fun. Teresa Jackson. Hi, E from Kentucky. Well, hello, Teresa Jackson. Thank you for joining us this evening. Treasured Design says we bought our 5-year-old grandson a Janome. He likes to help out. Oh, that's super cute. Does he like to do embroidery or sewing? That's so totally awesome. Get him started early, girl. I ain't even mad. PJ Coppage, no, you didn't miss us. I came on super late, so it will be all right to join us now. Blanca says rayon has a very low burning point, and if you were to iron your garment, you might scorch the thread. So if you're going to be doing the embroidery with the rayon and you use an iron, that would cause a problem. So thank you for pointing that out, Blanca. Salty Gravy says my dog ate mine. Ate your what? What did the dog eat? Oh no. Chris Moy says I've used a top stitch needle with metallic, no issues. That larger eye, it makes a difference. Remember, if you think items will be bleached, use polyester thread. It also stands up well to heat. Yes, polyester thread usually does not bleach. Wanda Collins, hello, how are you? What is the number of the top stitch needle? Miss Phenomenal Creations asks. I usually use 9014. I usually use a 9014. It doesn't make a difference because of it being bigger than the 7511. I either use a 9014 or the 8012. In most instances, that's what I use, top stitch. Wanda Collins, I have been trying to get on here for 3 weeks. Well, I'm glad you made it. Thank you for trying. I really appreciate that. And welcome. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Janet McKinney. Hey, Janet McKinney. Oh, you know what? email me, my dear, or either I'll email you. I need to email you. I love the way you teach. Thank you, Miss Wanda. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Try to work really hard to make sure it's easy to understand, because that's the type of instruction I prefer. Something that takes its time, goes through the details, and makes sense. So that's the way I try to approach teaching as well. I appreciate it. Kindred Jazz T says, is that the video where I think he mentions 3 main needles? I'm not sure. Does he mention only 3? I'm not sure. I know he goes really into detail with thread, actually, the different types of threads, why you want to use certain threads, why you don't want to use other kinds of threads. That is the main thing I remember. And so help me, I wish I had the DVD with me. I'd tell you exactly what it was, because it's on YouTube as well. Can the top stitch needle be used with all the threads? Yes, it sure can. Yes, it can. Debbie Hutchison says, yay for 4x4. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that we switch through all of them. So for the last few months, I have been like inundated, literally inundated with orders, and then personal life, of course. So it's like really difficult to get back to the videos, but I've actually pretty much caught up my orders. I have 2 more orders that I've been putting off to do left, and and then I just got another order today, but it should be a quick workup order. It shouldn't take me long to do it. It's towels, and it's only 8 towels, 7 or 8 towels, so it shouldn't take me long. And then we can get back into doing videos, because I kind of wanted to slow down on the amount of work I've been doing in the studio and get back to doing the videos. That's what I want. But Blanca, yes, you can use that top stitch with any of the threads, metallics, regular, polyester, any of them would work. Little Miss Boutique, hello, how are you? Thank you, I appreciate that. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Treasure Design says, sewing at the moment. Hopefully he wants the business. Yeah, when he gets to that age, hopefully he will. If he takes a page out of my kid's book, he won't. He will not. Oh, the dog ate the homework. Okay, my bad, because I did ask y'all, did y'all do Thank you. Sorry that went on my head. Probably because it took me a while to get back to the chat. Cecilia Rodriguez, hello, how are you? Welcome. Wanda Collins, I'm a trucker, so I'm driving when you are on. Ooh, don't be driving while watching. Be careful. We don't want any truck accidents. Please be careful. Glenn F, when making freestanding lace earrings, does anyone have any websites they recommend for the hardware? Oh, I personally stick with Amazon or eBay. Both of them have, the costs are ridiculous. But then a lot of that depends on exactly what type hardware you want, because if you're looking for more like gold plated or silver plated, or either 24 karat, something like that, then that of course is going to need to be a more specialized what do they call those, notions type website. But I'll definitely check. You said 9014. Now, is that the big eye needle? The top stitch is the big eye needle. Okay, the top stitch. So the 9014 is the size of the shank, if I'm not mistaken. And you know what, let me backtrack on saying that, because I'm still not 100% sure how that works, because there's a 90, and I know how it works, but because I've seen the video, I've had it explained, I've even explained it in my own video, but the way my brain is set up lately is not retaining a lot of information like that. But 9014 is not the eye of the needle. So the top stitch is just the bigger eye. The metallic is the bigger eye. 9014, 80, I think that's like the thickness of the needle and how big of a hole it makes in the project that you're using. But it's so microscopic between 7511, 8014, and 8012 and 9014 that you really, in a way, can't tell the difference unless you're using very fine fabrics. Those I would stick with the smaller size needle. But that large eye is strictly top stitch and metallic. That's showing the size of the eye on that. So you can do an 80-12 top stitch and the eye will still be big. Let me see. My new grandson is hungry, so I'll be listening. So sweet. Oh, feed the babies. Feed the babies. Hello, Even Group. Hello, A Garden for Mom. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Dorothy Gaston. Hey, Dorothy Gaston. Everyone, don't forget to like the video. Thank you for the reminder. Angelia Baker. Hello, Eve and the Who Group. Sorry I'm late working on a project. No worries. It's the girth of the needle and the difference is very small. Marge Campbell says, thank you, my dear, for helping me out with the brain fart. So I want to definitely show you guys the mug that I made last week and deleted the video, which was tragic because we had a lot of fun sublimating this tumbler. I said mug, I meant tumbler. And it has water in it that I can't pour out right now because I've been using my tumbler. But here is the tumbler that I made last week. It was a huge deal for me because I was really excited about making this because these are images of a lot of the folks that I've met in person. And I thought it would be really cool to do a video showing all of the folks that were awesome enough to even take the time to say, hi, my name is such and such, and I would like to meet you in person. So here is a tumbler of all of those. And I'm actually going to remake the tumbler. Okay, so this is a skinny tumbler and I'm going to remake it. Number one, because I happened to come across some more pictures that I overlooked and I'm super bummed about that. But number two, because I deleted the video, you couldn't see me make it. If you weren't there, you missed it. And I feel bad because I deleted it. So we did the skinny tumbler and we also did a stemless wine glass tumbler. We sublimated that as well. So I want to redo both of those. So I need to order another skinny tumbler and another stemless wine glass. And what we'll do is sublimate these in the oven instead of sublimating them with a mug press. So you can sublimate tumblers and mugs if you don't have a mug press. It is very possible. So we'll be going into that all over again. Don't know that I'll be able to do that next week. Oh, wait a minute. You know what, you guys? No, because the holidays are actually during the week. So if you guys don't mind, I can still come on the 22nd and the 29th. It doesn't bother me in the least little bit. But otherwise, even if you don't join us, it's no worries. You can definitely watch at your leisure later. But I do want to redo those tumblers and I'm looking forward to it. All right, so let's see. 106 on right now. Hit the like button, please. It helps even when you do. Thank you. And I'm glad y'all like. I love the tumbler. I love the tumbler. That was an awesome live when you made the tumbler. It was. We had fun. We had fun. And then Justin came and helped make the tumbler. Someone just did it with an air fryer. Yeah, the air fryer can do it as well. But this particular oven that I used, I absolutely love it because it's so big. And it's tall, so I was able to stand this inside the oven, didn't have to lay it down or anything. And you can put more than one if you wanted to. And we used a special shrink wrap to get it done with the heat gun. We heat gunned it. So that was fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So definitely looking forward to redoing it. Thank you, Lovely Nichols. I am looking forward to doing it again. So I'm going to reach over really quickly and I'm going to put Leilani's name on the brother. Oh, you know what? It ain't even turned on. I got to turn the brother on. Then I'm going to put Leilani's name on the brother machine so that we can stitch it out with the grip, because that's what we were going to do this evening if you did not mind. So it's going to take me a moment to pull all of this up because I actually had not put her name together yet. Go figure. And I don't want to go too terribly big. So let's do this. See if this works. Oh, you know, I really don't want to go through that. So I'm going to use this. Oh, I gotta measure the front of the bag, actually, before I start putting names on anything. So one of the first things you definitely want to do when you are considering doing a project like this is measuring your space so that you can make sure that when you come up with your design, it's going to fit. All right. And one of the most important things you can have in order to determine that is a ruler or tape measure. And, you know, that's something that I have so many of them, and yet when I need them, I can't find them. So let me go in my drawer of tape measures, and why is the bell ringing itself? Oh, because I bumped it down. And I have a tape. Oh, here we go. Yes, because that one was running from me. Ta-da! All right, so we are going to go inches because I don't feel like doing metrics tonight. We're going to do imperial, and we're going to measure upside down 9 inches wide. All right, and I'm usually not super worried about the height of it because in most instances whatever I embroider is usually not going to be this tall, especially with a name as long as Leilani. Okay, so if it was Layla, Layla, then there's enough room to make that name bigger and it not be too long. But because Leilani is a long name, we're going to have to go with smaller letters or more narrow letters. But in this instance, I'm not using narrow letters, so it's going to have to be smaller letters. So right now I'm toying with 2 inches, and we're going to see how Leilani turns out with 2-inch letters on this particular design. So I said 9 inches wide is what we're using, but I'm not going to go the full 9 inches. Okay, so let me shoot for 7. I'm going to do a 5x7 type frame because I wouldn't go any bigger than 7 inches. Honestly, you want to have room on the edges, especially with any of your embroidery frames, and not necessarily use it to the max unless you just do. And let me actually make this smaller so that I can make sure my oven is still in the box. I can't wait for the do-over. Carmen says awesome. I use Wanda Collins, I use the Hamilton Beach extra large oven, and you can tell it's the right one because it has picture of 2 pizzas in the same oven. So 2 pizzas it can do at one time, because that's how much room is in that oven. And I got it from Walmart, and it was $70 or $80, somewhere in that range. Okay, so yeah, the oven is from, yeah, mine wasn't, now in my area it wasn't $90, because if it was $90 I would be like, do I really want to sublimate this mug that bad? But it wasn't 90. Close enough, but it wasn't 90. Let me see. So what I'm going to do really quickly is make sure of the spelling of Leilani. I'm pretty sure I'm spelling it right in my mind, but I'm one of those that want to be 100% sure, because there's nothing more embarrassing to spell out a name and then the parent is like, you got that wrong, and then I'll be like, oh no, I'm sad, and then I'll have to pull out the stitch eraser and erase the stitches. So let's see. Where is it? There we go. Leilani, she says. So Leilani. I think I'm gonna go bigger than the 2 inches that I'm doing. So You can, Marge Campbell, you can use your home oven. However, a lot of folks do not recommend sublimating with the same oven that you eat out of, because the chemicals, especially sublimation, it's like a fume almost, because in certain things that I stand there and sublimate, you can kind of smell it. It's really pungent. And when you sublimate certain things, if you don't use that butcher paper, it will go through whatever it is that you're sublimating on, and sometimes get on surrounding things like the top platen on the heat press. I don't know if any of you have ever sublimated something on the heat press and you didn't use the butcher paper and it sublimated to the top of the heat press as well. So when you went to go sublimate the next thing, it ghosted or left a ghost image of the last thing that you sublimated. Oh, you didn't do that. I was the only one that did that. Figures. But if you do, you'll see it ghost onto the next thing that you sublimate. You do not want to go through that, because sublimation is permanent. It does not come out. I don't care what you put on it, bleach, nothing. So when you sublimate it turns the ink from a liquid to a gas, and those gases permeate. So if you're using it in your regular oven, there's a possibility that some residue could be left and you're getting that in your food. So be very cautious about sublimating in your home oven. And of course, that's a personal decision. I'm not about to sit here and say you shouldn't do that, but just be cautious if you decide to. All right, so I was right. I could have still used that. Okay. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. All right. Oh, okay. So it doesn't like a 5x7. So we're gonna go back to 3 inches then. And sorry for not having this done ahead of time. Let me go back to 5x7. There we go. Okay. LEI LANI. When you get old and you're like, oh, you named the baby? Okay. LEI. L. It doesn't get L. LAN. I. That's a tragic letter I. I don't like that. I'm gonna take that and do a regular I. Yes. All right. So I now have the name together. Sorry for not doing this ahead of time, but y'all know how I am. Seat of my pants, fly by the night. We get it done as we get it done. Okay. So I'm going to save this after I join stitches, and I am currently doing this in my Sew It Pro, putting all of this together and making it totally top notch. And we're going to name this LEILANI. All right, who is excited to see the embroidery grip go to work on the diaper bag? Let's see, what size mighty hoops do you have? What size would you recommend for doing onesies, backpacks, and lunch boxes? Shonda, a lot of that depends on a lot of that depends on the size of those items. I have a small size embroidery mighty hoop, and then I also have the largest that I could get size embroidery hoop, mighty hoop. So if I get a moment, I'll definitely go and grab it so that you guys can see it. But of course, it's not in here. It's in the warehouse, I think. Yeah, it's not in here. It's out there. So I'd have to go get it. Some folks don't realize the time that goes into doing the font for a name. It's not hard, but it takes time. You ain't ever lied, especially if they don't really know what font they want. And you have to figure it out and la 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 la. But thank goodness this is a gift, so I can use whatever font that I want. So excited about that. I have the Hamilton extra large, bought it at Walmart for under 80. Yes, yes. Oops, haven't sublimated much. A few aprons and shirts, Marge says. Okay, cool. I'm glad y'all excited about doing this. Yay. Okay, where can I get the blanks at? The blanks for sublimation is dietrans.com, which I am a affiliate for them. And if you make an account with them and let them know that the baby's booty referred you, then when you go online, the way the website works is there's one level of pricing, and that's for if you buy 1 to 10 of the item, whatever the item is. So say for instance, as a matter of fact, let's let you see, or let's go into that and show you what that looks like. So Diatrans, there we go. Give it a minute to pull up, and then I'm gonna actually switch the camera so that you can see the website. No, why my stuff is so slow. Okay. And tumbler. And let's see if I can find that skinny tumbler. Yes, it's right here. Okay. So I'm going to, you'll see my backside to my, oh, this is what I'm looking for. This, yes, okay. So here is the stainless steel tumbler. All right, and I'm going to zoom in so that you definitely can see. All right, so it's the TUM217 is the item number, okay, for this 20 ounce clear lid and straw. So their wholesale pricing, if you buy 1 up to 24 of these tumblers, then they are $9.87 each. If you buy 25 to 125 of those tumblers, the price goes down each to $9.55. So on and so forth, all the way down to $9.08 for 251 of these and up. Okay, so entirely up to you how many you want to buy. But if you just want 1 to 24, the price is going to be $9.87. However, if you say, well, the baby's booty referred me to you all and you're starting a new account, let them know and you will get second tier pricing. So your pricing won't be $9.87 a tumbler, it'll be $9.55 a tumbler. So just by dropping our name then you can get better pricing off the top, because our goal is to help save you guys money, in addition to bringing some awesome business to some awesome folks. And their products are always thoroughly tested for durability, for sublimatability, to make sure that what you are getting for your $9.55 is going to be worth every penny. And when I tell you this tumbler is total awesome sauce, that tumbler is total awesome sauce. So definitely give those guys a check out and let them know we sent you so that you can get that awesome second tier pricing. All right. So definitely dietrans.com. Be careful breathing in the fumes from sublimation. It may harm your lungs. I'm pretty sure it does, because you can tell certain things when you're sublimating it, and you can, it's almost like you can almost taste it. It's crazy. So you do really need to be careful. Make sure you have ventilation going on, or an open space when you're sublimating. And when you sublimating stuff over and over, like my order that I had over 100 pieces I was sublimating, I had to like take a break rather, and air it out so that we wouldn't be smelling that on a regular basis. Carmen says Michelle is very helpful at Conde. She said, Eve, that you are very nice. Oh, she is my rep for my orders. I picked my order up here in California and saved on shipping. Holler! Now, I'm not close enough to pick up, which is tragic. Let me be the first to tell you. But that's awesome. That, yeah, Michelle is totally cool. PJ Copy says, I'm going to attempt to monogram my granddaughter's bubble jacket. Does anyone have any suggestions? PJ Coppage, yeah, prayer. Yeah, prayer. Prayer works. It does. It does. A lot of it. You need a lot of it with a bubble jacket. Yeah, so that's the best I got for you. Wanda Collins says, thank you, will do, no worries. Kathleen says, I haven't done anything with other fonts that are not already in my machine. Do you have to have a program like Sew It Pro in order to use them, or how does that work? Woo, Kathleen, that's a deep question. So when it comes to using fonts that are not in your embroidery machine, yes, you can use fonts outside of your embroidery machine without embroidery software. However, it is going to be challenging, because what you will have to do is like how I laid out her name, Leilani. What you would have to do is bring in the letter L into your embroidery machine, then bring in the letter E, then the letter I. And if your embroidery machine will let you pull in multiple files at one time and lay them out, like the Brother 6 Needle does allow you to do that. I haven't tried on the red line yet, but I know in the software of the Brother you can like combine files. Wait a minute, let me make sure I'm not lying to y'all. I think you can combine files. I know you can with the built-in lettering, now that I think about it. But we'll give it a shot one day and see how that works. But at any rate, you can, if the software will let you do it, you can bring them all in and line them up and do it that way. In most instances, the embroidery machine does not. So you will have to embroider one letter. All right. Make sure you embroider it in the right location. Then bring in the next letter and line up your hoop on the machine, hopefully without taking your project out of the hoop. Leave it in the hoop, and then move the hoop over and stitch out each letter just like that. You will have to manually do it. It can be done. It really can be done. So don't think that you absolutely have to have software. But if you did use software, now I'm completely honest and open with you guys. There is a software program that you can use that's free to make letters and line up letters, and you can do BX fonts with it, where you can just type out the name on your keyboard and it lays it out. And it's by Silhouette, if I'm not mistaken. Silhouette. Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. Not Silhouette. Embrilliance Essentials. Embrilliance. There's a free website that you can use and lay out letters. What's the name of it and where it's at? I don't know. I'm sorry. I had to look it up real quick. Let's see. Embrilliance free letter software. Free monogram, adding fonts and design. I can't think of the name of it, y'all. Y'all working my brain tonight. Brilliance downloads. Let's see if it tells me here. There's a thumbnailer, there's a font collection, converted, go. I can't think of the name of it. I'm sorry, y'all, but there is a free little teeny program that you can use, and it will let you put letters together. Otherwise, honestly, $65 for Sew It Pro is hands down been the best investment I've made ever as far as my embroidery is concerned, because it is such a small price and it does huge things. So that software has done some of everything for me, and I haven't, other than digitizing, and I haven't had to invest in anything else to get my embroidery projects done as far as editing designs, putting designs together, creating names, all of that kind of jazz, deleting threads, changing colors. Sew It Pro has been it for me. So yes, it does take a lot, but you don't absolutely have to have Sew It Pro. Brilliance Express is the name of it, Eddie Jr. says. So in Brilliance Express. Oh, and Shonda Coleman. So check that out. It is free, and you can use it to put letters together. Hey, you got it. How are you? Bianca, thanks for everything. Have to go. We'll come back to the final later. Oh, cool. Good night, dear. When you watch it again, good night. All right, y'all. So I'm going to cut Blessing on. And what color did I? Okay, since the front of that bag is... Okay, we'll probably do gray. I was going to do that tan color with the glide, but I kind of would rather do gray. Tell me what y'all think. Oh. So, do we want to do... I don't have a gray down here. I have it on the machine already. But here's a brown because of the few... Nah. We'll do gray. So I'm going to do gray and put Leilani right here on the front pocket. I asked, I know, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to go with what's easy because it's right there. All right, so I'm going to drag her name to the embroidery machine that I just turned on. And let me see, do I have a tripod set up for y'all yet? Doesn't look like it because I don't have my crap together, which is not unusual for me right about now. All right, so now the other thing with this bag, which is why I'm using the grip and why the grip is going to be really awesome, is because we're going to put it on this front pocket, but the front pocket has a pocket. It has this mesh pocket. All right, so the grip, we're going to have it clamped just on the surface here itself, and then this can be free to be around the area of the bobbin arm where the embroidery head, where the embroidery goes. So that's what we are going to do. Match the navy from the top, from the logo patch. That's black. Yeah, I could do black. Y'all don't think black would be too harsh for a baby? You don't think? What you think? Black or gray? Let me know, because both of them are on the embroidery machine. I think the gray, because this trim, this gray right there. I don't know. What you think? Sew It Pro is awesome. Yes, Sew It Pro is totally awesome. Sounds like I need to ask Santa for Sew It Pro. Sew It Pro is awesome. Keep in mind, if you get Sew It Pro, especially if you purchase it from my website, well, actually, it don't matter where you purchase Sew It Pro from. Wherever you purchase Sew It Pro, the license has to be generated by a person. So if you are a night owl and you are up at 3 in the morning and you're like, I'm going to buy Sew It Pro, I'm telling you now, I'm not going to be awake at 3 in the morning to generate the code. I love you, but I'm not going to know, because I'm going to get an email and I'm not up at 3 to check my email. So I won't know, but as soon as I get up and I see that, I'm going to generate the code. So I apologize in advance for any delays in the codes, and that's for anybody. Even if you go to SNS and purchase it they generate the code as well, and he has to be up to generate the code or available. So, and sometimes I'm driving, like I had one person purchase it and she was upset that that code didn't come immediately, and I was like, my bad, I was driving, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to like pull over and give a code at the moment. I have been driving and generated a code before because I knew I was going to be driving for a while and couldn't pull over, and my husband fussed at me, and I tried really hard not to do that, but I have done it before because I love my folks so much, and I know how I am. I'm impatient and I would want my code right away too. So actually, let me not adjust that yet. So a couple of things. We're going to switch the camera so that you can see the machine and hopefully not the mess surrounding the machine in my shop, because I haven't been cleaning at all in the past month, so things are a mess, but it's okay. I love y'all, y'all love me, it's gonna be all right. So let me grab the tripod and then we'll get, actually let me move this, then we'll get it started and put you back. So here's our, look at that mess back there, y'all. Am I ashamed? Not really, not really. All right, so I'm gonna use this tripod. I don't normally use it, but I'm gonna use it tonight. Come on. Oh, that's right. Can you tell I don't use it all the time? Yes. Okay. It looks like it's almost the right height too. Yay me. All right. Ta-da. All right, let's switch you over. Deep rose. Ooh. Deep rose would be pretty. The cheapest grip was over. Yes, the grip is pricey, but once I get over here and get you set up, I'll explain something about that. Okay. Deep rose would be pretty, y'all. Y'all killing me. Oh, I have to change the thread. That would be pretty. I like that. Do I have a good deep rose? Yes, I do. That one right there. That would be gorgeous. Oh, do I really want to do that? Oh, and that metallic rose would be cute too. Y'all got me just all over the place. Okay. Whoops. Can my camera reach? Oh my God. I didn't think of that. I think I took the extension off. Did I? Nope. It'll reach. Yay. Extension is still there. Sorry for the like up close and personal. Let's get this turned on. Yes. Look at God. All right, now let's pull it down and tilt it down, and there's Blessing right there. She's getting ready to work super hard for us and show you guys how this works. Okay, so here is the embroidery grip, right? So the cool thing about the embroidery grip, the way they have it made, it just slides right on to the embroidery machine, which is total awesome sauce. All right, clicks in place, that's it. So it's there, we don't have to worry about anything. It's good and sturdy, and it fits into the machine perfectly well. So what I am going to do is adjust the arms. Now I have a couple of videos out there to show how you can adjust the arms, some tips and tricks on adjusting the arms, but this time I'm just going to do by the fly. I don't normally like to instruct on the fly like that, but I'm going to do it tonight because it's already late and I don't want to keep you guys up too much later. So my last project that I was working on was pretty big, and I could leave this at that size. I could, but I'm gonna bring them in just a smidge. All right, because I really don't want to have too many issues. So because I was so close, I'm just gonna go ahead and bump it in. All right, now for the person who, which I can't see it right now, who was saying that the grip, the cheapest was $600. This, what I'm doing now, is why I would say it's worth it. Okay, because most of your other clamp systems, this is a clamp system, because these arms clamp down on your embroidery project and holds them, and you have freedom of movement. Number one, most clamp systems that you can buy are one set size. In most instances, it's a square, it's a window, and it's one size. So if you wanted a large clamp system, you'd have to buy a large clamp window frame. If you want a small one, you'd have to buy a small clamp window frame. This here, you just twist these knobs back there and slide them in and out to whatever size it is that you need. I can bring them as close as right here over the arm together and still be able to embroider a project with this clamp. So that's why, even though it's $600, those other clamp systems are $300-400 per window. So you're getting so many of those clamps in the different sizes in one unit. So that's why the price, $600, well worth it. Well worth it. It really is. All right. So what I also did not do, which I'm notorious for doing, is I didn't measure where I'm going to put this embroidery design. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. Let me see. I don't think you can see that. So I'm going to back it up just a little itty bitty bit. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the design, which is the wrong way. So we're going to rotate it. All right, and it's 5 inches wide by 3 inches tall. So that's awesome sauce. So knowing that it is 5 inches wide but 3 1/4 tall, I'm going to set my 3 1/4 on this ruler and get a good idea for how tall that's going to be. So I think that's a really cool dead center type situation right there. So what I'm going to do, and I'm eyeballing this, y'all. I'm bad about that, and I probably should measure properly, but I'm not, because I'm lazy right now. And I'm going to go right here and put that in the center. So I'm going to mark the center this way, and I'm sure I should mark the center the other way, which this is not going to be long enough for that. So I need to grab that tape measure that I so thoughtfully put right there where I could grab hold of it and didn't know I was helping myself. And we are going to measure side to side, which, remember I said it was 9 inches. So I'm going to go in 4 1/2, which that's almost dead on, y'all. Look at that girl. Look at her skill. Look at her skill. The one time she gets it right on camera at that. Oh, just trying to tell you. So here's our center. So there's my crosshairs. And I'm going to actually use the grip to make sure that it is straight. I'm going to use the grip itself. How do I do that? So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get y'all to see it. I'm going to look real quick while I'm putting this on, kind of, sort of. So I'm going to slide this on, and there are indentations on the side of this grip. I'm just going to make sure that the top of this zipper is lined up with those indentations. And that doesn't look like that's going to give me enough room. So I'm going to slide it up and make sure it lines up with this back plate on both sides. And make sure that that zipper is touching both sides so that we can get a good and even connection, and make sure that the name isn't going to be crooked. So once I get that on, I'm just going to clamp this one side down, and I'm going to clamp this other side down. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, Eve, what happened to stabilizer? Well, guess what? I didn't think about no stabilizer. I could. And because this is a bag, it doesn't necessarily have to have stabilizer. It really doesn't, because this material is not stretchy. It's not going to stretch. It's thick, so it shouldn't necessarily need stabilizer. But If I wanted to, I could put stabilizer under here in the grip before closing the grip. All right, now you can't see it. Let me see if I can flip this all the way up so that you possibly can see it. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Yeah. All right, a little bit. So here's that pocket, that elastic pocket. Because because the pocket is so short, I can put it over the arm, and I am going to move it up some, so it should stay out of the way. But you definitely want to check and make sure that that pocket is on the underside of that arm. All right, so now I'm going to move this into place. All right, and move it over. Whoops, move it over to centered. Yas. And there we go. We can pretty much get started. It's a little floppy, mainly because I got it up so high, but I'm confident it's gonna work because I'm gonna stand here and make sure that it works. All right, y'all. So some said gray, some said dusty, a darker rose. I'm gonna go with gray because it's up here and I'm lazy, and I just thought about it. I'm being lazy because it's late and I'm tired. So I'm gonna bring you down so that you can see the embroidery on the grip, and you can also see if I screwed up by not putting stabilizer. It's going to be a test for all of us to see. All right, so, and I'm probably gonna hold this up here as well, only because you see how it's giving a little bit of slack on there. I'm probably gonna make sure that that slack isn't hey Scooby-Doo, let me go back and make sure I'm not missing something good. Okay, somebody did say the size of the mighty hoops. I'm going to grab those while this is embroidering, and then I can show you the mighty hoops that I do have. Won't be ordering at 3 a.m. I promise. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wow, I've made a live. First time. Hello all. Hi, Nakomi. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, and as always, a pleasure to see you, Scooby-Doo. Okay, so I have it lined up. Everything's cool. I have gray. Gray is in spot number 2, so number 2 needle should be working. That's a nice, pretty shade of gray. So I'm going to hit sewing, and I'm going to adjust it to needle number 2, and we are going to rock and roll. Let's watch the grip in action, y'all. It's crunching because that's a let me make sure that the pocket is still out the way. I may have to go with a darker gray. No, it looks like it might work. Hold on, let me look at that gray. That's like a browner gray, y'all. That gray looks a different color. Okay, hold on. I think I'm gonna go with a different color anyway, because that gray looks different from this gray, and I don't like for stuff to not match. I'm real particular about that. So I think I am going to go with a darker rose. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, only because sometimes matching these grays can be a pain. So let's see. Let me check one thing. If this gray isn't the same, then I'm just gonna go with the rose. Well, that gray is pretty darn close. That's really close. And here's the darker rose. That darker rose look almost too pink, so we'll go with this gray. All right, so I'm gonna switch this gray, and because it didn't start the satin stitch, I'm going to let me make sure, do what Miss Bickham told me to do. Wrap this thread a couple of times on my finger and look at it. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay. So we're going to switch threads. Sorry about that, but I am very extremely particular about my colors matching. So it does help to have a multitude of thread colors. Alright, so I'm going to do what's called a quick change on this embroidery machine, where I cut the thread from the top of the other spool, put the new spool on, and grab the starting thread, and I'm just going to tie a knot and pull it straight through, and not completely have to thread the machine. It's going to thread itself. You just can't pull it through the needle hole unless, you know, you're daring like that, and I'm not. Alright, so that was needle number 2. Let's pull that through. We got stuck on a knob, and as you see the thread come down, there's a new thread. Yes! A heifer didn't have to thread the whole thing. And this is actually, let me see. Yep, this is the top stitch needle. Alrighty, so I'm gonna back it up just a little bit, and then we're gonna start again. So that was needle number 2. Let's lock it and lock and load. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Oh my gosh. The other one was like a blue tinge, whereas this gray has more of a, oh, y'all probably can't hear me. That first thread had a blue tinge, whereas this one has more of a brown tinge to it with the gray, and that's the color gray that's right there. Go, Grip, go! Let me check the chat. Gray is my favorite color. Oh, cool, Patrick! I think this gray is perfect. Awesome! I'm going to grab those mighty hoops. Now, who wants to bet it messes up while I step into the other room? Hopefully not. Pucker back there because I didn't hold it. I know, right? Run, girl, run. Coupon code for the grip. Not that I know of, but you can definitely let them know that we referred you and see if they're willing to offer a deal. Sometimes they will if you let them know that we referred you. But I definitely do try to get a good deal for you guys whenever I can. In this instance, this was a little bit different of a situation, but definitely ask. Say I'm back. We watching the machine for you, I know, right? Patrick, that's very true. The worst thing they can say is no, but there's a good chance they may not. They may not. Y'all, this is pretty. OMG. I'm so glad I changed gray. I would have been real sad. Uh-oh. Check the upper and bobbin thread. So my bobbin is probably out. So what I'm going to do is check that, which is something that I should have checked before I got started, but I did not. And I'm going to move the whole thing forward so that I can get to it easier. No, it's not out of thread. Look. Can you see the bobbin thread in there? It's not out of bobbin thread, so it must have cut too close or something. I'll put that back. Make sure that that pocket is out the way, and we're going to try it again. Let's see. Yeah, thread is where it needs to be. Sometimes it just wants to be muy difícil, if I said it right. Okay. Let's see if it stitches this time. Yep. Good night, Marge. Patrick say nothing ventured, nothing gained. Right. Okay, so the dot for the eye, dot for the eye. That's what's next, dot for the eye. This is gonna be so pretty. OMG. Now, if you're curious, once I take it off, the font is from Stitchtopia. This is the font called Bella. It's not, normally I use Grace. I love the Grace font. But this time I decided to go with a little bit thinner font, and Bella fit the bill. Three minutes left. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. What other Stitchtopia fonts do you like to use? I also like to use, I use Grace, I use Bella, I use Prince George. Hold on, let me get the right name. Oops, nope, wrong thing. Prince Louis? It's either Prince Louis or Prince George. I'm having a, okay, I wanted to make sure that pocket was out the way. I spaz out about that. It is called. Where is it? Oh, that's not the right thing. Hold on. Sorry. It is. Prince something. Prince Louis. Prince Louis. I like Prince Louis. I also like Orange Blossom. That's pretty. And Alexa. But most instances, I like the fonts that have the ones where I can go 2, 3, 4 inches and then 5, 6, 7 inches. I love big fonts. I like big fonts. So yeah. Why does it look like it might be off center? Yeah, I think I might have put it on off center, but when I put it in the hoop, no, because I centered it on the thing, so it shouldn't be off center. It just looks like it. What other ones? I own Daisy. I own Grace. I own Alexa. All of them I've used. Logan, Orange Blossom, School File, Sophia. Those are the ones I use and have. Y'all, it's done. Faith. Oh yeah, Faith is nice too. Yay! Go grip. Go grip. I'm glad y'all don't see my go grip dance. Alrighty, so let's ungrip the grip. And because it's got that, it's padded. See, it's padded, so it's squished looking. But there we go. Let's back you up, back it up, back it up. Because my mama told me so. And I'm gonna, super cute. That cushion, it does look off center to me, but let's see. It looks off center to me, y'all. It look off center to y'all? Yeah, it looks off center. I can see it. Well, actually, no, it don't. I don't know. That L is throwing me off. But anyways, so here's the diaper bag. Need be, I'll put a flower or something up there to balance it out a little bit, something, a star or something, because the way this comes over. But anyways, fly up and seat of my pants. Y'all know how it goes. Leilani, let me put y'all back. Thank you, grip. Thank you, blessing. You did well. I'm gonna close the grip so that I can take it off later. I'm gonna hit the home button. So we're gonna reset it and we're gonna cut it off because I don't want it on all night. Night night. All right, so I do have the mighty hoops and I'm going to take you guys off of the stand and put you back on the do-flotchy where I normally have you. And you might get a camera full of boob, but hopefully not. A little bit of boob, not too much. All right. And here are the mighty hoops. Whoops. And there's the diaper bag. Hold on. Yeah, so how cute, how cute, how cute was that? How quick, how quick. Loves the gray. The tail on, it's the tail on the L. Yeah, the tail on the L throws me off every time. But here is the diaper bag. Super adorbs. And that cushion, squishy cushion, got it puckery looking, but it's super cute and she'll love it. I know she will because she loves anything with the baby's names on it. So this is the diaper bag for Leilani, and then what we'll do is, not tonight on the grip, but later we will do Layla's little bag. And somebody asked about the mighty hoops, so I'm gonna set that right there so that I can show you. Whoops. Here is the biggest mighty hoop. If I can not have it tangled up. Here's the biggest one for the red line. Totally awesome mighty hoop. And this thing is strong. It will pinch fingers. It will pinch fingers. Okay, I can't emphasize that enough. It pinches fingers. This one is 13 by 11 by 13. So I don't think this is the biggest I could have gotten with the red line, but it's pretty darn big. Because I did see one that was a little bit bigger, I think, but this is for the red line. And when you store it, they don't want you to store the magnets together on the back. They want them separate. And this is the other one. Super cute. And this one is 5x5. So 5x5 square mighty hoop, a very popular size, especially for left chest logos. This is the go-to size usually for left chest logos. All right, so let me see if I mentally judged correctly. Set that right there. And let's see if it will fit. Boom. Will it fit? Barely. And I may have to unzip this pocket, not unzip it, but zip this pocket and squish it in there too. I may have to. But that could possibly fit to do Layla's name on it. Otherwise, what I may do is use fast frames to do this one. I don't know. I'll have to make that decision. Let me open it up real quick and see. Now, both of these bags I got off of Amazon, so they were very affordable. This one is padded as well. Not as padded as that diaper bag is, though. Let's see, opened up, it's still, yeah, that's still pushing it. I think 5.5 inches is a little bit too big for this diaper bag. So we may not be able to use our fast frames with this project. But we can use, I'm sorry, mighty hoops. We may not be able to use our mighty hoops with this project, but we can use fast frames. So we got this bag to do next. And we can use the grip. We can use the grip with this as well, which I might do. So it'll be another grip video. But I like doing different stuff because I still have a saddle blanket to do with the grip. So, y'all. All right, you guys. So I love that grip, and maybe one may find its way home to live with me next year. Y'all. Kimberly Armstrong says she need to get that 5x5. 5x5 is awesome. 5x5 is awesome. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Thank you for the bell ringers. We appreciate inducting our new babies into the Hoop Group Hall of Fame with the rest of our babies. Thank you to the lovely folks who don't realize they contributed to my totally awesome tumbler, skinny tumbler. And yes, I will be making another one with even more pictures on it. Very much looking forward to that. Not sure exactly when that's going to take place, but it should be pretty soon, because we're going to also, I think when we redo that, we'll do 3 things in the oven. That's the plan anyway. So that's coming up. But meanwhile, I really... Yeah, mama, you should be saying it's 11:30. I can't believe my mom is in here, and can't believe you're up this late. So thank you for joining us. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed making the totally cute diaper bag. And I am definitely looking forward to redoing my tumbler with you guys so that y'all can see how fun that is in the oven, and easy, so easy to do. And definitely appreciate those who take the time to come in and leave comments. So we definitely want to say thank you to you all who interact and keep the chat and the live going, and a lot of fun. So thank you very much. I enjoyed you all, even though it's running late. I had fun, and I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend as well, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So until the next time we see you all, we want you to have happy embroidering. Thank you very much, and y'all have a great night. Bye.